had prepared their equipment, their personal gear, and you board that large transport plane, the Galad, with your jeep, and you are flown to Bulgaria, where you land in one of the secret airports. It's a very small base compared to Kyushu base. It has only one runway, just a couple of barracks, and it's located in forest, a remote forest near the central part of the country. They have a couple of roads that are also hidden. And after you land, you are approached. It's the weather is fine. It's neither cold nor overly warm. There is a sudden gush of wind for a while. It brings a smell of forest flowers and generally forest aroma. And the base is very serene, like very calm. It's if you compare it with Kyushu base, where it's every minute of the day almost a plane is landing and taking off. This is looks like the boonies. And immediately after you land and the nose of the plane opens and you drive the jeep to the runway, you are approached by a short, plump man with glasses and a hat. He's wearing a blue suit, and he's carrying a nice suitcase, just an very old suitcase made of cured leather, and he looks like some old bureaucrat. He has two soldiers accompanying him, and he has a cloth, and he's sweating profusely while he's walking on the runway towards you. He has very short legs. He's trying to walk the same pace with the soldiers who are far taller than him, but he's struggling. And he reaches you. He's all sweaty, and he's like tries to be civil, like and polite, smiles, but you can see that he's out of breath.
Okay, so we wait for him to
let him breathe. Yeah, catch his breath.
He looks at you. It seems that he's thankful for the brief respite that you gave him. It takes him like maybe 2-3 minutes to calm down, like take his breath, and he starts. Greetings, operatives. So it's I am well. He looks at the soldiers like says, could you step back like maybe 15 paces? They salute and step back. Says, you see, I'm not supposed to be here. I just found out that you are going into the zone, and I am part of certain governmental service that it's kind of a secret. But since you have he's like, he looks back at the soldiers that they don't seem to care what he's talking. They're just there to guard him, and he says, "This is a special office. It's called the zone office." And he smiles. I am here to offer you a deal. You see, I want you, the people whom I work for, they want you to get all of those people out of the zone. And he smiles.
Can I?
When you, does get out, does that include alive?
Yes, alive.
Okay. Just making sure.
Says
How many what number of people are we talking about here?
he says, well, the last count was I think 76 years ago. He opens his ancient leather suitcase and pulls like a scroll, a genuine scroll, unrolls a scroll and says 139. But that was 72 years ago. He rolls back the scrolls and stuff.
So let me guess. Every time someone says, "I'm going to go into the zone," this list of names is presented to them, and then they're added to the list.
He nods.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, "You may." He smiles again. Says, "You see, we, the Bulgarian government, we're very much we're considering closing this place forever, like." But you see, those people that live inside, they are still citizens, and we would very much like to relocate them to another better place." And he says, personally, his Majesty the King and Prince Kirill, who is the Minister of the Interior, they have been offering a special piece of land, very good piece of land, certainly significantly better than the place where those people live. That village. He nods. So I am. He again looks at the soldiers, steps a little bit closer. Says, "Well, that was the official part." He again smiles and says, "Unofficially, my directorate wishes to inform you that nobody who entered the zone, except the villagers who live in that village, have never returned." While he's saying this, his face he continues to smile. But you can all see that his eyes are full with fear. He says, if you go there and you don't return, they will send more people, and those people will know they won't return either. So you can understand my my boss's frustration.
Can I just kind of like sense motive this guy to see if he's like full of crap or something? Because he seems a little off.
Okay. You sense that he's at first firstly he's not lying, and secondly he's so scared that he's not scared of himself personally, but he's scared that he'll have to do something which he had done many times, and that thing that he had to do is abhorrent to him.
Enzo takes the list, slaps the man on the back and says, "Nemaš problemi, če se opravime." I have Bulgarian as a language.
He blinks. You know Bulgarian?
Of course, my Nona has told me about her adventures with Bulgarian soldiers, and they are cousins in spirit.
Yeah, of course. He nods. Okay. So, he says, "All right. So, I can't stop you from going there. You're adamant on going there, right?" He looks each and one of you.
Yeah, I do know that you don't have like full list of people, but are there like any notable figures you can tell us about?
He says, "Well, we when we speak with those of the villagers who sometimes go out and sell stuff. The last time that they did it was a couple of years ago. They spoke of a certain grandfather who was elected by the other villagers to be their representative and to deal with most of the problems inside of the village. Is called Dobry, and he's apparently he's the local barkeep. Apart from him, we know of a group of communist terrorists who are lurking around these parts. I don't think that they know of the zone because they are not. Most of them are not Bulgarians. They are from other countries, and he says that our guards, the border guards who are protecting the zone, who are protecting people from the zone. He nods. They have orders. They have orders not to stop them if the partisans are going into the zone. He nods. You should be very careful. The first rule, and mind you, those rules might not keep your life in the zone, but the first rule is if you see the road, never stride off the road. Follow the road. The second rule is never split. And the third rule is if you hear something and if you see something in the forest, don't go following it.
So, if this place is so bad, why haven't you guys just burnt down the forest or something?
He looks at you, but the zone is a very tiny place. And the rest of the mountain, it's a natural preserve. If we burn it down, we'll burn down the entire forest. This is not something that we will do. Says
So you're saying it's better to send in people to just to die than to lose some trees? Okay, that's fine.
says well, there are many other villages in the forest surrounding this place, and if we set fire to the forest, we'll have to evacuate them all, and there might be other secluded communities of people in the forest, which we might not know of, and other priceless. I mean, not priceless, but animals, endangered animals and stuff.
Okay, so what you do is you make a big circle around it, cut down trees for about 100 feet out from this, like in a circle, and then you have controlled burns to just burn down the area.
He says, he looks at you, says, yes, that's same idea. He rummages through his papers and gives you a very old scroll, an older scroll than the first one that he gave you. It's written in German. You wish to read it?
Who did it give it to?
To Dominick.
I read it.
Okay, so you open the scroll, and the scroll is written by some German noble general. It's 160 years ago, maybe more, and he had received from the king of Bulgaria. He had received permission to do exactly the same thing that you proposed, and he marched an army of workers, German workers and soldiers, into the forest, and they vanished.
Good job.
He
Lose an
takes back
entire-
the scroll.
Yeah,
He
lose an
takes back
entire
the
people.
scroll. Yeah. Says, but somehow the villagers are well safe. I mean, they are okay. I mean, as far as we know, and our directorate knows, that only those who venture inside the forest, it is they who are lost. So if you're smart, and if you only stay within the limits of the village,
Well, to kind of find out what all is going on with this, I think that we should probably spend a few days outside of this zone talking to some locals that aren't inside, gathering some information about them. I look to the man. I don't think we'll be heading inside for a good 3 or 4 days.
says okay.
But thank you for the information about that.
He says, well, this he looks at you, Dominick. He nods. Says, well, I'm hoping that we will speak about this again. Luckily, if you get out safely. Says, I will be waiting here in the base, and he says, and I'll hope that you will give me every copy of every report and share information with me. I will make sure that you receive a proper reimbursement for your contribution to our directorate.
Now, I'm thinking about doing a wide circle around the area. Do you have any sort of land, like markers that says, hey, this is the point that wilderness starts, or...
Yes, he says the zone is the forest is they have land markers. They have currently managed to build some sort of wall. It's not actually a wall. It's a fence, a barbed wire fence, 15 feet tall. But sadly, there are places where this is impossible to do, and every approachable path in and out of the zone is marked, and there are signs, and all roads are guarded by patrols of mountain troops. One of the best mountain troops that they have, and if you do not have like orders like your team has, the Squad Zero team has orders to go there, they would have stopped you in any way possible for them.
Now, sounds like you have quite a bit of manpower put off to this. That's, interesting. I understand that it's a dangerous area, but how many men do you have off in this area?
He says, it's being protected by more than 1,000 men.
1,000 men?
Yeah.
And that's still worth more than burning a few trees.
Yeah, I still say that controlled burn might be your best and easiest way, but we'll still go in after we do a little bit of recon.
Yeah, he just showed you that scroll. That exact same idea was tried. Didn't work. Perhaps it was tried many times.
Well, as I said, here in a few days, whenever we have the information from some locals not in the area, but not in that zone, possibly finding some people that explored outside it, getting some details from them, then we'll head inside. Up until then, though, keep doing what you're doing, Alright. Just kinda nod at him, look at everybody else. Anything anybody else wants to ask or say?
Okay.
Alright. So,
He gives you the passes. Says show this to the border guards. They will let you in, and they will of course note your names into their list.
Yes, that is
For,
Jonathan Jackson.
Yeah, for posterity, you know. Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan Jackson.
Yes.
So you need my real name right now?
You're using fake names, man.
I just asked the card, not you. Or did you say how to use a fake name? Well,
Never said anything.
in that case, note my name as well. Jackson Shepherd, with an E.
Alright. He notes it. Turns at the rest of you. And you, sir. Looks at Miko.
Pico, you having a stroke?
Mika, if you are talking, you are muted.
He just typed in chat.
Yeah. Well, this is our companion, John Oshowitz. He is a mute. It's really tragic. Back whenever he was like 8 or so, his whole house burned down in a fire. He ended up going into an orphanage. It was a whole big thing. Isn't that right, Oshowitz?
He nods. Says, alright. Okay. So you're leaving with your jeep. You have full tank of gas and one spare canister spare canister of gas. You follow the map. There is a small village. It's more like a couple of houses, just 4 houses and a tavern. And this is the village where the villages of Wolfsbane go and trade with. So if there is information to be gained from some place, this is the place.
I was actually kind of just lying to the guy. I kind of just wanted to circle around and go in at a different entrance.
Yeah, the roads they lead to this place. There are only 2 roads. This and the roads back to the main motorway that leads to the capital city.
I wonder how hard it is to climb a fence.
You know, we could just go to the bar.
He says on the way already to the bar. Yeah, that's actually a really good place to get information. Good job.
Oh, information. Yeah, sure, that too.
Okay, so what's your civilian clothes? What do they look like? What are you wearing?
Well, I'm kind of just, I've picked into my magnificent wardrobe to put on a Bulgarian peasant-looking stuff. I look a little bit messy, some dirt that's just kind of like slapped on my cheeks a little bit. Not looking too terribly great at the moment. I'm looking a little rough.
You okay?
I'm wearing a ironed black suit, white shirt, red safety tie, and a beanie.
Oh God. This is.
I'm
Okay.
not going in with the rest of them.
Okay, so the bar and the houses, they look old but deserted. They look habitable, but they're closed. The lids, the outer lids, are closed, so that the windows are protected. The doors are locked. Some of the houses, they have chains, big steel chains, and locks on them. And the yards are empty. Whatever produce they had been growing there, it's been picked, like tomatoes, paprika, whatever. It has been picked clean, everything. And it, of course, seems that the houses are habitable, but they're very, very well locked. The only place that is not locked is the last house, and of course the bar. It's a 2 stories building. It says the last step. It's called the last step bar and lodging, and apparently the second story has some rooms for travelers, and you can hear some music and banter coming from the inside. Of course, it's Bulgarian music. It's like national music. Some dance music, very old, and you can hear a lot of men and women like gathering, maybe arguing about something outside of the terrain. At the last house that is not locked, it's open. You can see that it's garden. It's there is an old man who is watering his garden, and he's smoking he's smoking a pipe and walking around with a hose and watering his garden.
I say now this is the type of mission I like. Let's go for the bar.
Okay, sorry guys, I had to run a quick errand. So we're in the village.
No.
By the way, your name is Oshishmich.
What?
Okay. Oshishmich? Oshishmich?
Also, you are mute, apparently.
Also what?
You are mute, is what I told the guy.
Ah, okay.
But we could just say that he's.
Hey, wasn't Miku mute? I thought Miku was mute.
Mystery Superforest healed him. Hallelujah.
Oh my god, we're not even in there yet, and it's already working its magic.
Yay! Okay. I'm going to get my next beer. Just give me a minute. Just explain to Enzo where you are and what have I just told you.
Well, in life, I'm at a really unstable place at the moment because there's the whole stuff that just happened with, being put on a team that, like, messes with alien stuff, and, that's just, like, a little bit stressful on me.
I'm here just because I don't want to go to prison. But yeah.
Answer says nothing. He's a mute.
Well,
So what we entered the village?
no, we were like this small, almost like a trading post type area before you actually entered the zone. Like the last stuff that's there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I told the guy that
Because
we're going to
we-
be going in 3 or 4 days. But
Yeah,
we'll probably...
because it's actually part of our mission to inspect these villagers. Because weird shit going down, yo.
No, this isn't the village that we were supposed to inspect. We're just getting information about the village right now.
Ah, okay.
And we're just on our way to a bar.
Yes.
Nice.
Because that's the best place to get anything done.
Yeah. Like in any RP game, is always the bar.
Yeah, you just go and talk to the bowkeeper, and then you get
No,
the next quest.
No, the mystical old man sitting in the corner, staring at you. That's the guy you need to talk to.
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh, you know that it's really him if you talk to any other person in the bow and they tell you to go talk to him.
At last. Okay, guys. So, what are you going to do? And who's going to enter the...
I will.
I will.
I am going to enter in about 5 minutes after them.
All right.
As you start say behind, I tell him, "Hey, you not coming?" I'm pretty sure that someone promised to buy the first round on the plane ride over here. I know it's not me,
It's
and if
not
it's not me, it must be one of you.
It's
So-
not me, but I'm kind of more dressed for the occasion, and you guys aren't, so, just gonna kind of try to blend in over here, don't mind me.
I throw my beanie at him and say, "Come on."
I catch his beanie and deflect it! Because I can do that. I deflect your beanie.
I don't care, and I just walk towards the bar.
Okay. But while they're in the bar, you said 5 minutes, right?
Yep.
You could do something else while they're in the bar and then enter the bar.
I'm just
You
gonna
don't
kind
have
of
to
like
just-
walk around a little bit, see if I hear any kind of gossip going on, or see anything interesting.
Well, there is that old man. There is nobody else outside. It's just four houses in a tavern. It's
I can't do a Bulgarian accent, so I'm gonna go hillbilly. So, howdy neighbor! I go over there.
he looks at you and like blinks a couple of times. Winces at you. So how good is your disguise? Let's see.
I have my disguise feature as a spy that nobody other than government agents can tell.
Okay. He looks at you and says, so you are which one's cousin? Are you the Dobrevi cousin or the Branevi's cousin?
Barnabas.
Okay, gangman. She says, looks at you like you look sufficiently peasant-like. He nods. He says, "Let's see. Just give me a second."
Yeah, I just moved off to this area and I heard some stuff about the woods over there and I was kind of a little bit curious about that.
Says, the woods. It's not that scary. Says, I myself went there and everything's fine with me. And he turns his back to you, and you see that the back of his head, the hair is all white blue color. Says everything is fine. He reaches out for a small shovel. He says, come here and help me with this old log. And you see that in his yard, on the back side of his yard, on the left, there is an old log that he had tried to dug out and get it out of there. But since he's old, he managed to dug half of it out. Says he said help. Says help me. By the way, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Donovan.
Says all right. So Donovan, let's make it more Bulgarian, like say Draguman. Yeah, okay.
I don't know Bulgarian names, but okay.
Doesn't matter. He says, Dragoman, come here, young man, and I'll give you a present.
Oh god.
And by the way, you can roll get an information check and try to squeeze some sweet information from this old man. Okay. I'll tell you later what you know. I'll whisper it to you. Roll me athletics check and see. Let's see how good at are you with the shovel. It takes you like 3 minutes to dig this out, and you single-handedly pull the log and you throw it over the fence, like the old man says, and he's very happy. He goes into the house, he goes out, and he gives you a bottle.
Does it have
bottle? It does not have any. It's not. It looks like a bottle with like those old bottles with the metal caps on top that are reusable. Like for example, have you seen the Grolsch beer bottle?
I think so.
Yeah.
Just it's something like this. The cap. It's a reusable cap. Post it here.
Yeah, I got it as well.
Yeah, I know you got it. Here it is. So he gives it to you and says, have a drink. Have a drink for my health. Says, this is the special rakia. It's called the zone rakia.
I'm gonna kind of like uncork it, and can I use my chemical to identify it by smell?
You open it. It smells very sweet, like a very strong alcohol. But the smell is fine. It's a very well made alcohol. It's a very finely made alcohol. Yeah, actually, yeah. You can roll your skill. Yeah.
All right. I also want to sense motive on the old man to see if he's wanting to poison me, because I'm assuming that. Let's see.
No. He does not want to poison you. You see that there is a bottle just exactly the same like this bottle that has been halved, and apparently he's been drinking it from it. So it looks like it's perfectly safe.
Okay.
You can well, let's see. Perhaps in American terms, this you may call this moonshine, but
Oh God.
yeah, really, really good moonshine. Yeah, you're sure that this is an excellent outfit. More like brandy.
I'm gonna pull the whole like I look like I'm
brandy.
going to go take a drink of it while he's like looking over towards me, but I actually like have my thumb in the way.
Okay, yeah. The smell is the more you smell this alcohol, the better it smells to you. It's like it beckons you to drink some of it. Just test it, just to test it.
I'm on the job though.
Yep, Rakia, yep, connecting people.
Yeah, Rakia is connecting people. Yes.
Okay, so we're in a bar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's fiddling with the bottle and deciding either to drink or not.
Okay,
so you
so-
enter the bar, and there are a couple of peasants there, villagers who two men and three women that are they are actually this is not a recording. This is not a radio that has been playing the music. They were playing the music, and they're fairly old. They're not like very old, but like let's say 50, maybe around 50-ish. The women are not ugly in any way. They're just fine-looking women, very strong, big muscles, like very well-pronounced jaws, strong shoulders, tall, like maybe around 190. The men, they are also they look very strong, and one of them is has an eye patch, has a big beard and mustache, and he's been playing the bagpipe that you heard outside as part of the melody. And when you enter the bar, they suddenly stop, and everybody looks at you, and they put back their instruments, and that the man with the eye patch, he moves forward, says, hello. He looks at your engineer's clothes, blinks a couple of times. Welcome, travelers. What brings you here in this remote place?
Well, the question is, what didn't bring us here sooner? We've heard quite a few rumors about this place and wanted to figure out what's going on.
His eyes widen. He looks at the others and he says, he like claps his hands together and says, "Why didn't you say sooner? Come, sit. We'll tell you everything that you know."
Great.
And
Hanzo sits down.
you see every single one of them. They're suddenly happier. They look happier. They start rummaging through some sacks and other containers. They begin to pull some stuff, some bundles of dried mushrooms and other things like herbs, some strange small items, some one of the women brought some a staff from the back of the kitchen, and it's like they're preparing for something, and they look very happy, fairly happy. So you sit around one of the tables, and that man sits together with you. He introduces himself as Peter or Peter. Let's Americanize it. So he says,
Petruccio, you mean Petruccio.
oh, okay. Let's not Italianize it. we're going too far. So this guy, he says that, look now, I've been living here for as long as I can remember. And I have seen many people going, he blinks, coming back out of the zone. Says, those who are coming back are old villagers of Wolfsbane. Says, we have dealings with them. They come once every 2 years, perhaps, if the season has been kind to them, and they bring back goods like dairy, cheese,